So hey guys, one hell of a patch live stream that is. I think after watching, I think I just want to make this video to quickly go through what the live stream has said, and also I guess give the most important reasons why I think there'll be great idea to continue. Why I think I'll continue to play Diablo 4 through the seasons, or even play till season 2 at least. So I think they went through a couple of very important points. I think first thing, they get the reason why they make this patch so that they could increase the number of builds that can be played. I mean, we could see from before the patch, even in the beta, there's only a couple of what we call the meta builds, right? So like Bone Spear, Tornado Druid. But they also recognize that in their pursuit of getting balances, they forgot about how it is important to also make sure the game is very fun. So that's one of the biggest fun they say is that the game has to be fun. So in the pursuit of balances, the fun of players should not be compromised. So they also take good note of that. So because of this, so I think it's great because I feel that at least the whole Diablo 4 is heading in the right direction. So kind of a couple things that they mentioned. For example, why they nerf CD, because we all know that cooldown action is overpowered, is really required in all things, and they recognize that why people want to do cooldown reduction, because it's required, especially in high tier content like Nightmare level 100 and stuff. So I think number one of the biggest thing that the changes that they're gonna do is that they're gonna nerf the Nightmare dungeon difficulty, bring it down. So they say that the difficulty of Nightmare 100 is supposed to be kind of at the difficulty we have now at 70, which is great. So because now it really opens up a lot of other builds that you can go do while playing Nightmare, right? Because I think currently if you're doing 100, there's only a couple of builds that will help you really clear it. But at 70, I think at the current difficulty of 70, there are a lot more builds which might not be meta, might not be the best, but you could actually run it. And they also know that the constant CCs are not fun, so they plan to do something about it. Don't know when, but they plan to do something about it. So, and I think they say that now currently the content, NG content is lacking. We only probably have, level 100 Nightmare, if not, it's Uber Lilith. They say they're gonna make a new content type of high difficulty, because since they nerfed the Nightmare, so they're gonna do that in a new content type. New milestones, but that's only gonna kind of come in season 2. So I guess yeah, so I'll be looking forward to it to see what kind of high tier content that they're gonna add in. So I'm just going all around the place because I'm just thinking about recording about what I saw live stream and all that. So another thing is, I think they just recognize that they can't just nerf OP stats, for example, vulnerable damage, without bringing up the others, because it will essentially nerf the damage. I think maybe because I could see a difference in damage being there. Like, it's not fun because suddenly I can't really do higher tier content because of the previous patch, when they just flat out nerfed Vuln damage by 40%. It's a good decision. Vuln is really too overpowered, but they forgot to bring up the other stats, like for example, like overpower damage, which is useless. I mean, I think one of the key things I think is that I feel like probably they have too many kind of stats, conditions for stats and stuff, so like it makes it hard to balance and think about all that. So that's why they are facing this problem, but they do know that there's this issue that they can't just nerf one stat and just forget about it when it's too overpowered. They have to bring up the others as well, which is great. And this all comes down to the most important point that they keep on emphasizing, is that fun is most important. It can be compromised on the reasons for balances. It is their fault for not taking note about how important fun is. If they do balances or changes without making it fun for the players, that is their issue, which I think is great. That's a great mindset to have. It really helps to solve a lot of the things. Yeah, and I think like it's just a lack of communication, right? Because I feel like if you see like most of the controversy that Diablo 4 had, for example, uh like the fact that you need to restart your character every season. I thought they were quite clear with it, but a lot of casuals are sorry, casual is the wrong term. A lot of the new players didn't know that you have to reset your character for every season. This patch as well, I think they just threw out the patch without really explaining about why they do certain things. So like it makes it, a lot of guesswork on our player side, right? We come up with all kind of controversy and conspiracy theories about why they decided to nerf things and makes things difficult to play in Eternal Realm. So like, it's great that they say that they're gonna talk about a patch a week before, every time before they release it, which is awesome. I mean, communication is the most important between players and developers, right? To understand why, I think it works both ways. For players to understand why developers are doing things, and also for us to give feedback and for them to understand why we expect or feel about certain things as well. I mean, we can clearly see from this what we call emergency campfire chat, right? With all the hate people were giving to the patch, and now I think it's much clearer about why they do certain things. And yeah, so a couple of changes that very important, very big changes that are gonna come. One thing hotfix today, the difficulty drop in nightmare changes, and plus the density increase. Perfect, which for the longest time people are saying density sucks. Yeah, when I play through the dungeons, I have to sometimes walk for like 1 or 2 minutes before meeting the next pack of mobs. It's so boring, waste of my time. I just want to blast through and kill as many mobs as possible. You increase the density, you increase the drop of the items. Yeah, so there's a patch that's gonna come out 1.1.1 probably around 2 weeks from now, I guess, from what they say. Number one, they increase, because of inventory issues, they're gonna increase stash tabs. They say they're gonna add in a stash tab. I do not know if they literally mean one more stash tab. I hope they add more than one. They need to add at least 5 or 6 or 10 stash tabs to make it enough, because now we have Malignant Hearts even, which is taking out space. And they can't stack, the Malignant Hearts. So number two, they're gonna increase stack size for Elixir size to 99. I don't know why they wait till now, but it's great that they put this change. This should have been done right at the start for Elixir stack size. And a great change, they decreased the respec cost by 40%, which is freaking awesome. Now it's much cheaper for you to do various classes. And one of the most importantly, I think a lot of people say because of the patch, it feels as if they want us to play the game even slower with how slow it is already. There's gonna be some XP changes. I'm not sure how they're gonna buff the XP, but it's gonna come in next week. I guess they're gonna have a campfire check when they talk about the patch. So we guys can see about how they're gonna buff XP earnings so that it's be much easier for us to level up to 100. So I know during the questions, one more thing, they're gonna do some bulk and sock mech balances. We know bulk is one thing, sock is especially squishy because of how resistance is not fixed yet. They're gonna fix it in season 2. Not sure why they're waiting so long, but sure, whatever. But they're gonna do some balances to sorceress so that you can make it survive more, because now essentially as a sorceress, you just get one shotted if you make any mistake. So because of the nerfs to the defenses and all that. So yeah, so I know someone asked, so what is the one important fact that I know they mentioned about, which I kind of disagree. They talk about Uber Uniques. They say that the reason why they make Uber Uniques very rare because they don't want it to be a requirement for builds. But the fact is, they say they're going to increase the number of places which you can get Uber Uniques. I'm not sure what they mean by that. They don't give any specific examples. But we have to say, honestly, Uber Uniques is not rare. It's non-existent. I think there's a thin line between we talk about items being rare and things being rare enough so it feels good when you get it, and when things are like non-existent. The current chances of now to get farm up a Uber Unique, it's so rare. I treat it as non-existent. When the patch release a new stuff, I don't even look at it because I know that I'm not gonna get the item anyway. So I think that is too rare. Uber Unit shouldn't be part of any build. That's right, but I don't think like it should feel good, still feel good to get the item, and not say that when I look at this new item that's added, I don't even feel anything about it. I should feel like awesome. There should be a way for me to target and pursue, target farm this item, which they say is gonna come in season 2 again. It seems like most things are gonna come in season 2, and season 2 is when the game is most complete. But I think that this kind of Uber Unit should be rare, but still be obtainable. Somewhat. No, it's not as bad, not as rare as now. It is impossible. I don't think they really understand how impossible these items are supposed to drop. I mean, like when we go back to the way they say the game has to be fun, right? It's not fun knowing that there's an item that you're never going to get within the season. They're still going to add more avenues to add. We'll see how it goes, what they're going to do about it. But honestly, I think they should really. I don't want to wait till season 3 or 4 where they add more things for me to target, in a way, target farm these Uber Uniques for it to drop. Since there's nothing right now, why not just buff the rates for Uber Uniques in certain areas for us to farm now? Since now you probably can get only from like hell tides or like random drops in dungeons, nightmares, right? So I think conclude this video, I think big changes, big things coming into Diablo 4. Really great. I think it puts in me confidence into how they plan to go about the game. It's all about fun. It's all about build diversity, which is great. That's what I love about ARPGs, right? To be able to try different builds and in every season to try something new. It's all about fun, not sacrificing fun in terms of balances. Big changes that's coming in. A couple of them. First, number one, difficulty drop in Nightmare. The max difficulty is about 70. They're going to develop a new content type for kind of a milestone and to make up for the lack of end game content. Increase mob density. XP changes coming soon. Respect cost is falling off. Stash steps are coming. Most important, I hope they add more than one stash tab. Target farming is coming in season 2 also. They say they're gonna add campaign bosses in more content. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe in some kind of achievement or something. Since they say there's gonna be some kind of leaderboard, separate content for leaderboards, maybe the campaign boss will come into that play in there. And it was one half a live stream, and it's great for the game, and I'm really excited to officially start a hardcore in season 1. So if for everyone who's new, my current plans for Diablo 4 season 1 is gonna be to do a hardcore solo self-found, meaning solo, no trading, nothing. I'm gonna level through hardcore to 100 by my own. I'm gonna be playing penetrating short rope. Yes, and so if you'd like to see how the progression go, catch me live on Twitch. The links are in the description below. And if you like the video, do subscribe and like the video. Any improvements, okay, also can drop down in the comments. I also like to see what you guys think about the live stream or the video as well. For any improvements, let me know about it. And that's all. Thanks guys for watching, and always remember, the death and grind will not stop us. Bye guys.